Hello, my fifth graders. Today is Wednesday, and this is going to be multiplying decimals. And you've already done that. You did it in previous weeks. Uh, Yesterday, you did it with visuals. Today is going to be kind of like basic facts. We're not going to do visuals on this lesson, but it's going to be basic facts. And making sure that we're getting the decimal in the right spot. And we won't be able to really do estimating here up front because all of the ones that we're going to look at today are going to be less than a whole. So we can't really estimate to see what it's going to be closest to if it's going to be less than a whole. All right, so here is our first problem. We're going to do 0 and 5/10 times 0 and 6/10. Now, you notice that in both of these digits, or both of these numbers, excuse me, that we have a 0, we have zeros in the ones place, okay? So that's why I was saying we really can't estimate what it's going to be close to, okay? It's going to be less than a whole, I know that. But other than that, all we have is a 5 and a 6. So it's kind of like what we've done in the past when, if I tell you got zeros, you box them. Usually the zeros are on the opposite side, and then you add them back on later on. Well, it's going to be a little different this time, but we're going to do the same strategy, but not yet. Right now, we're going to practice what it's going to look like on your Google Slides. So this decimal is 0 and 5/10, or we can just call it 5/10. It's really important that we know what it looks like and what it sounds like when we're saying it. So this is 5/10. So I'm going to write that down. 5/10. This is our unit form. So 5/10 times, and if this one is 5/10, then this one must be 6/10. All right. And think about what 10 times 10 is. Well, 10 times 10 is 100. Well, this isn't tens, it's tenths. So tenths times tenths would be hundredths. All right, so we have hundredths here. Well, now all we have to do is 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30 hundredths. Now we have to figure out what that looks like as a decimal. So as a decimal, it's 30 hundredths. And remember that TH on all of these, let us know it's going to be to the right of the decimal because it's a decimal here. Okay, so because it has the TH on there. So 30 hundredths would be 0 decimal 30. So that's how we would say 30 hundredths. Another way that we could say it is we could get rid of this 0, and we could say it's 3/10. All right. So we're going to do one more like this of writing it out, and then we're going to look at how we need to make sure we're moving the decimal and looping and making sure that we have all those steps. But again, it's going to be our basic facts that we're going to kind of be looking at today. All right, so here is our next one. Now this one looks a smidge different because now this 9 is not in the tenths place like it was last time on our last problem. So this is the tenths, this is the hundredths. So this would be 9 hundredths times, and then we have our 4, and the 4 is in the tenths place. Okay, and now again, think about this. Think about 100. Yep. Think about 100 times 10. Well, I got 3 zeros there, so that would be 100 times 10 would be 1,000. So hundredths times tenths, it wouldn't be 1,000, but it would be thousandths. And now you do your basic fact. 9 times 4, 9, 18, 27, 36. So our answer is 36 thousandths. Now we got to figure out how to write that as a decimal. So it's 36 thousandths. So we have a 0 in the ones place, a 0 in the tenths place, and then 36 going to the thousandths place. So it is really important that we know our place value here, especially to the right of the decimal. Because if you didn't have that 0 there, that's still 36, but it wouldn't be 36 thousandths. That would be 36 hundredths. So we got to make sure that we know our place value. Okay. Now I'm going to take a second here, and we're going to look at fractions, because fractions and decimals are related, especially if it's out of tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay. They're always related. But we're going to take a look at what this is going to look like as a fraction and see if we get the same answer. We're going to be multiplying fractions, but that's not until like module 4, which is later on in 5th grade. But I just want to kind of show it to you because I think it makes sense if we set it up as a fraction too. All right, so now we're going to look at it as a fraction. And again, this is later on in 5th grade, but I think it kind of makes sense. All right, so we're going to write it as a fraction. So that would be 9 hundredths. 9 hundredths looks like this. And then you do times, and this is 4 tenths. Now, last year in 4th grade, when you were looking at adding and subtracting fractions, you had to make them have a common denominator. Well, what's awesome about multiplying decimals is you don't have to worry about that. You just get to multiply straight across. So you're going to do 9 times 4. 9 times 4, 9, 18, 27, 36, just like last time. And now you do 100 times 10. So you can box your zeros like we've been doing. 1 times 1 is 1, and then you got your 3 zeros. Well, that's what we came up with. Our last answer was 36 thousandths. So as a decimal, it would again look like 36 thousandths. So you see how we were able to write it as a fraction and as a decimal. All right. Now we're going to look at 2 problems, and we're going to look at how we need to solve it and what we need to do with our decimals when we're looping, if we're not doing it the previous way that we just did. All right. So first, we're going to just make sure we're saying this correctly. So remember, this is 5, and it's in the tenths place. So this would be 5 tenths times. The 7's not in the tenths place. The 7 is in the good. I hope you got that right. So it's in the hundredths place. All right. So because there's only 2 digits here that we're actually going to multiply, all of these are a bunch of zeros, right? We're going to just do our basic fact. So if you want to box the 5 and the 7. Well, what's 5 times 7? Well, that's easy. That's 35. Now, our answer is not 35 because it's not 5 times 7. It's 5 tenths times 7 hundredths. So now, we need to see how many total times it gets looped, okay? And when I say it gets looped, I'm saying this is not a whole number. But if we wanted to make it a whole number, we would move the decimal. It really would be here. So that's 1 time that it got looped. And then for the 7, it got looped 2 times. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is 3. So that means the decimal needs to get looped 3 times. Now, we don't have a decimal right now, but we have talked about this, that every whole number has that invisible decimal. Okay, it always goes at the end. If there's not one, it goes at the end. So there's our decimal, and we need to loop it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Here's where our decimal goes. Now, we don't leave it like this. What do we need to make sure we add? That's right, we need to make sure we add a 0. And really, we don't want to even leave it like this. We want to add another 0 to the front. So it would be 0 and 35 thousandths. All right. We just did it this way. Now we're going to set it up vertically, and I'm going to show you what it would look like that way using our looping that way. And for those of you who've done the turtle head method, or just the algorithm. All right, so here's our problem set back up again. And remember, this time we're doing it vertically, so that means up and down. Now, when we do it this way, we put the number that has the most digits. Even though 5/10 is greater than 7/100, it doesn't have the most digits. So I'm going to put 0 and 7/100 times 0 and 5/10. And remember, for multiplying, we don't have to line up the decimals. Don't line up the decimals. You don't need to. Now, adding, subtracting, oh, you better make sure that those decimals are lined up. But right now, we just leave it like it is. Okay? Now, lots of zeros here, so it's going to make this problem pretty easy. And that's why I showed you the other way first of just doing 5 times 7. But I'm going to go ahead and draw my turtle head. Okay? 5 times 7, that's 35, like we said. 5 goes here, carry the 3. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. And 5 times 0 is 0. Yes, we need to put that 0 down. All right? Now, 3 things before we multiply with this 0. Cross off the 3. That pearl necklace and that turtle gets so excited that it lays an egg. Boop. Really, egg is just a 0. Placeholder because we're moving from the tenths to the ones. Now, 0 times 7 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Add them up. 5, 3, 0, 0. Now, the last thing that we have to do is we have to loop them. So 1, 2, 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1, 2, 3. And you see, when we did it this way, we didn't have to add any zeros in between because they were already there because we did the long multiplication. But when we did our basic facts, we just looped it and added our zeros. Here, we didn't have to. All right, here is our last problem that we're going to do, and it's already set up both ways. I set it up horizontally, side to side, vertically. And again, we can do this way because there's only zeros and then 2 numbers, so 2 basic facts. So I'm going to do it this way first, and then move over to our algorithm. All right, so again, just kind of your 2 basic facts. So 2 times 8, well, that's 16. And remember, we're not just going to leave it as 16 because it's not 2 times 8. It's 2 tenths times 8 tenths. Okay? So, and remember, tenths times tenths is going to give you hundredths. Just like 10 times 10 gives you 100, tenths times tenths would give you hundredths. THS. All right? So, again, we look at our loop. So that's 1 loop. Here. 2 loops. So that's a total of 2 loops here. And then our decimal would go here because it's always at the end if it's a whole number. And we loop it twice. 1, 2. And our decimal goes here. And again, if it's just 0.16 or 16 hundredths, let's add a 0 to the front. That's like the prettiest looking answer. Okay, that A plus answer is what we're trying to shoot for. All right, so now we're going to go over here and solve it using our algorithm. So, excuse me. These both have the same amount of digits. They ended up where the decimals are lined up. They're not always lined up, but for this one they are. All right, so 8 times 2, 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. So far it looks like this is the same thing as what was over there. All right, cross off the 1. That pearl necklace, she gets so excited, she lays that egg. That's 0. All right, now we go to our 0 in our ones place. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Add them up. 6, 1, 0. So far, looks very similar to right here. We're just missing our decimal. So let's check our loop. 1 loop here. 1 loop here. It's a total of 2 loops. 1, 2. 16 hundredths, 16 hundredths. I hope that was helpful. If you paid attention, these are some of your problems that were on your actual work that you're going to do today. Hope that was helpful. Good luck.